अस्सलाम वालेकुम। प्रोग्राम टॉक शॉक के लिए मैं हूं एजाज सैयद। नाजरीन, आज का प्रोग्राम आपके लिए देखना इसलिए ज़रूरी है कि पाकिस्तान कर्जों के तले दबा हुआ है और पाकिस्तान में कजाकिस्तान के सफ़ीर ने एक ऐसा फार्मूला दिया है जिसमें कम से कम 4 सालों के अंदर पाकिस्तान के सारे कर्जे ख़त्म हो जाएंगे, जॉब्स पैदा होंगी और बहुत सारे मौके हमारे नौजवानों के लिए भी पैदा होंगे। पाकिस्तान और कजाकिस्तान को करीब लाने में पाकिस्तान में कजाकिस्तान के सफ़ीर का एक बड़ा ही अहम किरदार है। आइए इनसे बात करते हैं और उनका शुक्रिया भी कि ये हमारे प्रोग्राम में आए हैं। तो कजाकिस्तान के सफ़ीर यर्ज़न किस्ताफिन का इस्तकबाल करते हैं कि वो हमारे साथ हैं। थैंक यू एम्बेसडर।
Thank you for having me.
Ambassador, you've been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
So tell me some of your most beautiful memories which you have in Pakistan.
You know, frankly, within these 5 years, I have visited and I've been to so many places, but the most memorable, I would say, my visit to Hunza, and of course Lahore. Lahore is a beautiful historical city, and culturally, it is very close to Kazakhstan and in general to Central Asia, because Lahore, in fact, used to be a capital of the great Mughals. And whenever I visit Badshahi Mosque and many other historical places, I see and I feel these, connections.
That's very. And how you found the people of Hunza and Punjab and Lahore and
in general, I must say that the Pakistani nation is the most hospitable nation in the world.
So I'm starting it from your journey to Pakistan.
Sure.
You arrived back in 2021.
Yes.
And you presented your acrimonies, your papers to the then president, Mr. Arif Alvi.
Yeah.
And then at that time we had Imran Khan as Prime Minister. How was your experience with the then president and the then Prime Minister?
You know, I must say that when I arrived on June 2021, next month your government adopted a brand new strategy called Vision Central Asia. In general, your government was in favor of developing cooperation between Pakistan and Central Asian nations. And what I see today is that governments under the leadership of the Honorable Mr. Shehbaz Sharif is continuing implementation of this very important strategy. When I just joined our mission, I felt that I very warmly welcomed. And when I had talks with Honorable President Dr. Arif Alvi, with Honorable Prime Minister Imran Khan, we established good relations and we started, working hard to boost cooperation. And what we are doing today is a kind of continuation. And I must say, Alhamdulillah, we are on a very positive track. Our relations today have a very, positive, active dynamic, and inshallah, we are going to boost our cooperation in the years to come.
Ambassador, you worked with the then president and the prime minister.
Yeah.
Now, after the elections, we have a new president and new prime minister. Although domestically, there is a lot of criticism which we do, but how's your working with the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and President Asif Ali Zardari?
To be honest with you, I'm very impressed because Honorable Prime Minister, His Excellency Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, he is very result-oriented. He is very pragmatic person, and on a regular basis, as you know, I have meetings almost, if not every day, but at least every week with different members of his government, and we always discuss something tangible. And what I like the most is that they don't care about all this, sorry for saying that, beautiful diplomatic talks. They do care about pragmatic approach and result-oriented actions. This is what we are working on, and Alhamdulillah, I'm glad to see that thanks to support of Pakistan, cooperation between our countries, and thanks to the goodwill of our leaders, I mean Prime Minister and our President, we are going to elevate our cooperation. And what I see is that this year there will be a great breakthrough, inshallah.
Ambassador, when we talk about the connectivity, then communication is a key thing for trade, for people-to-people, relations. When we look at the map, between Kazakhstan and Pakistan, there are two countries. One is Afghanistan, and then is Turkmenistan, and then your country, Kazakhstan, which has world's longest land border with Russia. So recently we saw in October 2025, there were some exchanges between Pakistan and Afghanistan, and Pakistan closed the border with Afghanistan. How you see, is it affecting Central Asian countries like yours? And is it beneficial for Pakistan, or how can we benefit out of the steps which we should take?
You know, when it comes to cooperation between Kazakhstan and Pakistan, I must say that one of the top priorities that we are focused on today is our regional connectivity. Regional connectivity. Okay. It's not about bilateral connectivity, because, as you rightly mentioned, if we want to deliver goods from Pakistan to Kazakhstan or vice versa, we have to cross at least two countries in the region, be it Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, or even China. So this is why precondition for boosting our cooperation is regional connectivity. But to develop a well-established regional connectivity, we need to provide stability and security in the region. Without stability and security, we cannot develop our B2B, our people-to-people, whatsoever. So that's why we are focused also very much on developing our security dialogue. And what we see and what we believe is that, Afghanistan should be a part of our regional cooperation. Afghanistan can and will play as a bridge that connects Central Asia with Pakistan. Last year, our government officially announced that we are going to invest into construction of the railroad that would connect our countries via Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. So what we see is that developing different economic projects, infrastructural projects, we should boost our regional cooperation and integration. And as I said, Afghanistan should be part of our regional economic cooperation, our regional security cooperation, our regional infrastructural projects, so on and so forth. And what we see today between Pakistan and Afghanistan, of course, it impacts negatively our trade, it impacts negatively our ties. But, this is my firm belief that our region has a very promising future. What we need to develop a dialogue. We need to build trust, and then, the sky's the limit.
Ambassador Yerzhan, tell me that Pakistan also has trade with your country, about 277 billion plus, about 300. Yeah. So how it's affecting with the closure of this land route?
You see, the main principle that we need to implement when it comes to our regional connectivity is diversification. We should develop as many routes connecting our countries as we can. And as of today, for example, we have another route which is available and which is operational, so-called the QTT, the Karakoram Highway, which starts in Pakistan, crosses China, Kyrgyzstan, and finally reaches Kazakhstan, Almaty, the largest city and the financial capital of Kazakhstan. As of today, this is the shortest and the cheapest route that we have. And this route is available 24/7 throughout the year. And we are delivering goods using this route. So what I'm saying is that if we face any problems in one of the routes, we should easily switch to another one. So this is the philosophy, this is the strategy that we're developing. Apart from that, our government last year announced that we are going to establish an air cargo company. It is under discussions now. Probably it will be a private-owned company, or maybe it could be a kind of private-public partnership, something like that. But this year, for sure, we're going to establish air cargo company, and the idea is to develop air cargo between our countries as well. So to make sure that we have as many routes, as many modes of transportation as we can.
Ambassador, you have mentioned and rightly mentioned about a very dynamic project, and that is the railway line project between Kazakhstan and Pakistan. Yeah. Would you like to shed more light on this for the understanding of common people over here?
Yeah, of course. You see, the idea is to get connected with Pakistan. So I'll tell you, via Afghanistan, as of today, Central Asia is developing 2 railroads. We are going to construct 2 railroads. our Uzbek brothers, they are developing so-called Trans-Afghan Railroad, which is extremely important in terms of developing connectivity between Central Asia and South Asia, and we fully support what our Uzbek brothers, in cooperation with Afghanistan and with our brothers from Pakistan, are doing. Another route that we are proposing in collaboration with Turkmenistan, it starts at Turgundi, at the border between Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. Then it goes to Herat. From Herat we go to Farah, from Farah to Kandahar, from Kandahar to Spinboldak, and from Spinboldak we are connected to Chaman. And from Chaman, there is a infrastructure available all the way down to Karachi seaport. So the idea is, in this case, to develop connectivity not only between Central and South Asia, but also to develop Pakistan and your transit potential as another option in terms of our north-south international transport corridor. In this case, Pakistan will get connected not only with the Central Asian states, but also with the, you will have another alternative route to get connected with Azerbaijan, Turkey, with European countries, and with Russia. And we know that these countries are one of the main partners of Pakistan today, including in foreign trade. So I think that it's a win-win situation, and it's a mutually beneficial project.
Ambassador, you have rightly mentioned that you have intended, your country has intended to make this project a feasible project. I would also like to know that you have mentioned about the Karachi port. How you see the CPAC and Gwadar port, how these projects can help your country to reach the bigger markets?
In fact, CPAC is another very important project. You see, the thing is that Kazakhstan is also a part of the One Belt, One Road initiative. And this idea was for the first time ever announced by the Honorable President of China, Mr. Xi Jinping, during his visit to Kazakhstan in Astana. Why? Because Kazakhstan plays a very important role in terms of implementation of this big infrastructural project. And as of today, we managed to connect the Western China, Xinjiang, with the European countries. Delivery time through Kazakhstan is 2, maximum 3 weeks in comparison to 40-50 days by sea. Now going back to CPEC, CPEC definitely can also help to boost our connectivity. As you know, Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in the world. And in general, Central Asia, it's a landlocked region. So our strategy is to, transform our country and our region from a landlocked into a land-linked. And what we believe is that these kind of projects like CPEC can help to connect our countries with the, through your seaports, for example, through warm waters, with the Gulf countries, with the African market, with the Southeast Asian nations. Just 2 days ago, in Kazakhstan, in the city of Kızılar'da, our country held the national congress called Kurultay. So during this, very important gathering, our president again stressed that Kazakhstan should be transformed into a key international Eurasian transport and logistics hub. And this is what we're doing.
Ambassador, in this whole scenario, Afghanistan is a key country which is coming on the way to Pakistan, and Pakistan on the way to Kazakhstan. We see that regional countries like China, Iran and Pakistan, they have shown dissatisfaction over Afghanistan's performance with regards to countering terrorism, and Pakistan is complaining that Afghanistan is continuously giving safe havens to those elements who are waging war against Pakistan. So how you see this situation, that you have very good intentions, you have very good project, but Afghanistan is a problem. Do you think that Taliban will be on the table and they will understand the importance of this, and they would ensure the safety of the project which you are presenting and of course to Pakistan?
You know, what we believe is that Afghanistan should not be a problem. Afghanistan should be a part of solution.
Yes.
And Afghanistan should be a part of our regional cooperation integration. And we have had a number of talks with Afghan counterparts. And what we see is that they are very constructive. They are very constructive in terms of our regional connectivity, and they are supportive of these projects that we are going to develop, our Uzbek brothers and our efforts with Turkmenistan to boost connectivity via Afghanistan. In general, what we see is that, you know, Kazakhstan from the very beginning, when we just, gained our independence back in 1991, we were very clear saying that we will never ever support any kind of acts of terrorism, extremism, radicalism, and we will be always fighting these kind of evils. And what we need to join our hands. As I said, we have to develop a regional security dialogue, and this is what we are working on, for example, within the framework of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and many others. So again, security and stability is a backbone of our cooperation.
But at the same time, we see that Pakistan had about 3 key negotiation sessions with Afghanistan, one in Doha, 2 in Turkey.
Yeah.
But all of them, they failed.
Yeah.
So how you see the viability of the project which you are proposing?
I think that we should promote our own regional agenda. And I always have one example, is the European Union. If we go back to the history, not long ago, they had First World War, Second World War, Germans, Germany, France, and the UK, they all have these kind of conflicts. Now, in Europe, they have probably one of the best integration models in the world ever. And they became the largest trade partners to each other. And you've been to Europe, I think, so many times. You can easily travel from Germany to France, to any other country within the European Union.
No visa required,
Absolutely.
No barrier.
So what we need to do, we need to keep pushing our regional agenda, and the most important part is that we have to maintain a dialogue. We have to talk to each other. We have to listen to each other, and I do believe that within, believe me, 5 next years, we will enjoy a completely different landscape of our regional cooperation, inshallah.
We've seen and witnessed that your country kept hosting different peace
Initiatives,
peace dialogues in your capital. Do you intend, or is there anything with regards to Afghanistan and Pakistan, particularly for this project which you are proposing, that all 3 countries, they sit together in your country or somewhere else to make it possible?
Again, when it comes to our regional cooperation, one thing should be clear. If there is an issue between Pakistan and Afghanistan, in my humble opinion, it's not a bilateral issue only, because in this case, Central Asia suffers as well, even if Central Asia is not a part of this conflict or issue. So we should develop a regional approach, and all of us, we should be region-minded. We should understand one thing. If someone fails in the region, because we are in one boat, other countries, other nations will be directly or indirectly impacted negatively. So that's why we have to develop this regional dialogue. And of course, Kazakhstan being the, as many people say that today our capital, for example, Astana, has been transformed into a kind of international diplomacy platform, diplomacy capital. So we will be more than happy to facilitate and to assist into developing a constructive dialogue between Pakistan and Afghanistan. But I believe that it's just a matter of time.
It's a matter of time. Ambassador, I would also like to know that in 2025 we saw some bad incidents around the globe. War is not a good example, but when war is imposed upon you, you react. We saw that Pakistan and India also had a limited war. How you see that situation with regards to the regional cooperation?
Again, when we just gained our independence, we announced and we stated clearly that we are going to develop a multi-vectoral foreign policy, and we are going to develop friendly relations with all the countries. And Alhamdulillah, I must say that as of today, Kazakhstan has no any kind of conflicts, be it our neighbors or other countries in the world, including major powers. And we were very clear saying that we are in favor of peaceful diplomatic solutions, but not we will never support any kind of military conflicts or whatsoever. So what we see is that in terms of cooperation between Central and South Asia, there is a great scope. And what we believe is that India, just like Pakistan, should be part of this regional cooperation. Because, for example, if we want to deliver our goods by land from Central Asia to India, again, Pakistan could serve as a hub that would connect our countries. So that's why I think that this is for the benefit of all our nations to develop a constructive approach. This is number one. Number two is to boost our regional connectivity. The more connected we are, the better it would be for the regional interests. And we should understand that if we develop a regional interest, it will be for the benefit of all of our nations.
Ambassador, we've seen that Pakistan's Field Marshal General Asim Munir had also visited your country last year. How you see the Pakistani army chief who's heading all the forces right now, how you see how much he's serious to have defense cooperation and cooperation in other fields with your country?
First of all, I must say that it was a very big event when Honorable Field Marshal paid an official visit. It was the first ever in the history of our bilateral relations, and he had very good talks with our Honorable President of Kazakhstan, His Excellency Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. He also had very good and substantial talks with the Ministry of Defense, and then he met also with Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, former Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Murat Nurtleu. We had very good talks. We discussed not only our military cooperation, we also discussed our economic cooperation, our joint investment projects, so on and so forth. So I must say that, His Excellency Field Marshal Mr. Asim Munir, he is a very visionary leader. And thanks to his visit, we are going to have very soon, inshallah, a visit of our president to your beautiful capital.
And we are also hearing that your president is coming to Pakistan, which is indeed a very good news. So during the visit of Field Marshal, your leadership also discussed this railway project with the Field Marshal?
Yes. We discussed a number of things: our regional connectivity, our military cooperation, our economic integration. A lot of things have been discussed. In general, it was agreed that we need to boost cooperation between our brotherly nations.
Ambassador, if this project goes through and all the hurdles are gone, how much time would it take?
So what our experts say, you mean the railroad project,
right?
The
railroad.
So what our experts say is that they need 3 years to construct. As soon as all papers are signed, they will need 3 years to construct the railroad that would get us connected with Pakistan.
3 years for 687 kilometers.
Yeah.
From
in Afghanistan, from Turgundi to Chaman.
From Turgundi to Chaman, 3 years.
Yeah.
So, and from Chaman onward, we already have
the
route.
So the idea is to get connected with the existing infrastructure in Pakistan.
So it is not a big time if we discuss. And have we discussed that who will finance this project?
So our government announced that we are going to fund this project. So we do not ask a single penny from the government of Pakistan.
So that is a free project, I would say.
I wouldn't say that it's a free project, but it's a mutually beneficial project for sure.
Very, very beneficial for Pakistan.
Of course, yeah. In this case, I must say that, you see, in Eurasia today, we have 2 main international transport corridors. Number one, which I already mentioned, North-South International Transport Corridor, and another one so-called the Middle Corridor or Trans-Caspian International Transport Route. The problem is that Pakistan is not a part. neither of the North-South International Transport Corridor, nor the Middle Corridor. In this case, if we managed to develop this railroad, if we succeed in construction of this railroad, Pakistan will become a part of these two main transport corridors in Eurasia.
So if this rail route is operational, then let's presume within 4 years,
Yeah.
so how much trade you expect would take place from this route?
I'll give you just one figure. 2 years back, in December 2024, I visited Karachi and I met with the leadership of Pakistan Business Council, the PBC, one of
Yes.
the largest groups.
Yes.
So they did a research on our trade. And what they say is that according to their assessment, taking into account the existing potential of Pakistan and Kazakhstan, our trade can easily hit $14 billion US.
14 billion.
Billion. It is only about Kazakhstan and Pakistan only.
And it's not about the rest of the country.
So what I'm saying is that as soon as we construct this railroad, the sky is the limit.
So you are telling that if this project is operational within 3-4 years, all the loans on Pakistan, they will go away.
Inshallah.
Yeah. So Ambassador, wrapping up, for connectivity between the two countries, people-to-people contact is very, very important.
Absolutely.
But we see that there are some visa problems for the Pakistanis who intend to travel to Kazakhstan or the Central Asia. How would you tackle this issue? How you are going to make this easier for common Pakistanis who want to travel to your country?
So for the business community, we managed to facilitate our visa regime. And as of today, if any businessman is willing to visit Kazakhstan, he can send a letter on my name saying that this is my company and I'm planning to visit Kazakhstan. Within maximum 2 days, he will get his visa. He needs no invitation, nothing, just a letter on my name. Then we normally what we do, we meet these business people, we discuss possible ways for supporting him during his visit to Kazakhstan, and within 2 days he will get his visa. Now in December 2024, in Astana, in December 2023, we signed an MOU to develop cooperation in tourism. Last year, in April, we held the 13th session of our Intergovernmental Joint Commission in Islamabad, and we exchanged lists of credible tour operators from both sides. So this year, we are going to boost our cooperation in tourism. The main problem is that there are some security concerns, to be honest with you. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of tour operators, and we are not sure about their credibility. So that's why we want to connect cooperation between our credible, reputable organizations. This is what we are going to do. We are going to connect our tour operators from both sides to boost our cooperation in tourism. And, hopefully in the second half of this year, we will relaunch direct flights between our two brotherly nations.
So, direct flight of Kazakh Air or Pakistani?
Both. Of course.
So, this year, the air service will start between the two countries.
Yeah.
So, tell us, there were also complaints of human trafficking and human smuggling from your side about our side. Have they met, or have they been resolved by Pakistan?
This issue has been resolved.
This issue has been resolved?
Yes.
How it has been resolved?
Thanks to direct cooperation and interaction between our law enforcement agencies. We connected our migration authorities with the FIA, Federal Investigation Agency.
Yes.
And what I see is that it is extremely effective when our relevant authorities from both sides interact directly. It is, first of all, very fast, very flexible, and the most important thing is that it's the most effective way. This is why in September last year, in Islamabad, we hosted a delegation headed by the Secretary of the Security Council, and he was accompanied by all our law enforcement agencies. And we had broad discussions on security issues. And inshallah, during the visit of our president, we are going to sign a number of very important agreements, including in the security domain, to address those threats and challenges such as terrorism, extremism, radicalism, human trafficking, drug trafficking, illegal migration, many others. So we are going to address all these challenges in a very efficient and proper manner through developing cooperation between our law enforcement agencies.
Ambassador, I see that you have cultivated many friendships in Pakistan, and I wish you great good career, and we are grateful to you that you are connecting two nations, and we've seen you working tirelessly. We are grateful to you. Many thanks.
Thank you so much.
Many
Thank you.